Picture this, the eye of Sauron glaring down from Mordor, that unsettling cymbal-banging monkey from Toy Story 3 staring into your soul, and Roz from Monsters, Inc. leaning in with her famous always watching line. Funny, sure, but they all represent something we actually recognize in life. They're all tiny versions of the same idea, something that watches us, and changes how we behave because it might be watching. As Foucault explains in The Eye of Power, systems of observation don't just monitor us. They fundamentally reorganize how we think and act, even when no one is visibly watching. And honestly, our world works the same way. On social media, in our feeds and notifications, we're never totally sure who's paying attention, or when. And that constant visibility shapes how we act, what we post, and even how we understand ourselves. So the question we're going to explore is simple. Is Foucault's Panopticon still controlling us, or has it evolved into something entirely new? To find out, we have to start at the beginning. The Panopticon was originally a prison design. One guard in a central tower, dozens of prisoners in surrounding cells. The twist was that the guard didn't have to watch everyone constantly. The prisoners just had to believe they might be watched at any moment. And that belief alone changed everything. They behaved. They self-disciplined. They controlled themselves because the possibility of surveillance was enough. Michael Foucault took this idea and argued that the Panopticon wasn't just a building. It was a model for how power works in society. Power doesn't always punish. Sometimes it just makes us watch ourselves. Foucault emphasizes that the internalization of power is the true mechanism of discipline, a theme he develops extensively in The Eye of Power, where he argues that modern societies rely on subtle forms of self-regulation rather than overt force. We internalize the gaze, we become the guard and the prisoner. Fast forward to today, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, places where millions of people are watching and being watched all at once. Here's where things get weird. There's no single guard in a tower anymore. Instead, the tower is everywhere. Every like, every notification, every scene received, every trending sound, it all nudges us, pressures us, and encourages us to behave a certain way. We're constantly curating, choosing the best angle, deleting comments, rewriting captions, because we know someone somewhere might be watching. Modern scholars argue that this digital environment functions exactly like an updated Panopticon. For example, Philosophy in 2023 describes social media platforms as algorithmic watchtowers that shape our behavior through constant data-driven feedback loops. And the watcher and the watched, they've merged. You monitor your own behavior before anyone else even has the chance to. Think about viral trends. People jump on them not because they truly want to, but because everyone else seems to be doing it. That's the Panopticon. Let's zoom in on everyday life. You get a notification. Someone viewed your profile. Suddenly, you start wondering what they saw. You delete a post after it gets fewer likes than expected. You rewrite a message 3 times so it doesn't sound weird. You hesitate to comment on something because you don't want it to show up on other people's feeds. None of this is forced. No one is threatening you. But the possibility of being watched, judged, analyzed, screenshot is powerful enough to shape your behavior. Research backs this up. Claire Pescott in 2024 found that children and teens describe social media as a place where they feel constantly observed, judged, and evaluated, often changing their behavior out of fear of unseen audiences. This is exactly what Foucault was talking about. The Panopticon isn't a prison anymore, it's a feed, a For You page, an algorithm that knows what you're going to do before you do it. Surveillance hasn't disappeared, it's become quieter, and way more effective. So, has the Panopticon survived? Yes, but it's evolved into something bigger. Power isn't top-down anymore, it's networked, participatory. We're not just being watched, we're helping watch each other. We discipline ourselves and each other through comments, trends, and expectations that we barely notice. As Philosophy points out, today's digital Panopticon is no longer controlled by a single authority. It's maintained by millions of users and the algorithms that connect them. This changes how we interact, how we present ourselves, even how we understand who we are. It shapes the jokes we make, the pictures we post, the thoughts we choose not to share. And the scariest part, most of the time, we don't even realize it. So maybe the Panopticon didn't vanish, it just went digital. The Eye of Sauron, Roz, the Toy Story monkey, they're funny examples, but the truth is, we all live under a kind of modern watchtower, one built out of apps, notifications, and invisible algorithms quietly shaping our choices. We're all watching, we're all being watched. And whether we like it or not, the Digital Panopticon is here. And as Foucault reminds us, the most powerful forms of surveillance are the ones we don't notice, the ones we participate in ourselves.